Hello friends, and welcome to this prenatal yoga for your second trimester video. As you can see, I'm a little beyond my second trimester. I had every good intention of filming this for you when I was, but good intentions only get you so far, am I right? But I'm bringing this to you today. This practice is for, like I said, the second trimester. Hopefully by now, a lot of the nausea or exhaustion that you felt in the first trimester is over, and perhaps you're feeling really great. If you're not, that's also normal. But what this practice is going to do is help you build strength in your body, help you build endurance, but while also sitting with this idea of unpredictability and what it means to honor where we are today and pace ourselves well. So as you can see, I have a couple of foam yoga blocks. The bigger your belly grows, these blocks become more helpful as they make movement more accessible. So if you have a couple or even just one, grab it. If you don't, not a big deal, but if you have trouble kind of moving from sitting to standing, have a chair or something nearby that you can use to help you do that. Otherwise, let's jump in and do some yoga. All right, friends, let's begin in a tabletop position. So on your hands and knees on your mat. Knees can be as wide as they need to be to make space for baby, but preferably not too wide. And we'll start by just moving through some cat and cow movements. So as you inhale, arch your spine, but focus less on arching your low back, which is already starting to arch quite a bit because of baby. Focus really on your upper back. And then as you exhale, round through your whole spine, dropping your head, rounding through your tailbone. And follow this with your breath. So inhale to lift your chest, pull your shoulders back. Exhale to round forwards. Good. And again, big breath in to lift up. Exhale to round. Take 3 more on your own at your own pace. Beginning to let your breath and the sensation in your body determine how you move. We practice this on our mat now, and it pays off big time when it comes to labor. Good. After your 3 rounds, walk your hands over to the right corner of your mat and just pull your hips back and away until you feel a stretch on the left side of your body. Good. Your head can rest on the floor if it reaches on a block, or it can just extend straight out from your neck. Take 1 more breath here. And then exhale, walk your hands over to the opposite corner of your mat. Pull your hips back and away to the other side. Big breath in to make more space, and long, slow breath out. Good. And then come back again to your hands and your knees. Widen your knees as much as you need to. We're going to settle into child's pose. Hips will rest towards your heels. Arms will extend out in front of you. But if this isn't comfortable for whatever reason, because of your belly, because of your shoulders, because of your hips, then just sit upright on your heels and take a few breaths. But if you feel comfortable doing so, close your eyes. Become aware of your breath in your body. Become aware of the 2 hearts beating. In her book, The Birth Partner, Penny Simpkin writes this as we prepare for labor. She says, accept the unpredictability and pace yourself. Labor often follows a common flow, but it can also be unpredictable. It can start and stop. It can speed up and slow down. It can not go according to our birth plan. And so as we practice today, I invite you to meditate on this idea of accepting the unpredictability and pacing yourself. What does that mean for today? What does that mean for this season of pregnancy as your body continues to change and life as you once led it is going to start to look different? And then what does that mean for labor? What does that mean for motherhood? Accept the unpredictability and pace yourself. All right, come back into a tabletop position. If you have blocks, bring your hands up onto your blocks, and we'll step our right foot forward for a low lunge. So make sure your front ankle is aligned underneath your knee, And then bring your hands either to your hips or reach them up overhead. Really feel the top of your back foot pressing into the mat and reach forward through the front of your left thigh. Take 2 or 3 really deep breaths here, seeing if you can soften into your pelvic floor muscles and lengthen through your spine. Beautiful. Now put your right forearm on your right thigh. Lift your left arm up a little bit higher, and as you exhale, take a little bend over to the right side so you feel a stretch through the front of your left leg. Only go as far as it feels safe and good to go today. Remember, your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons are all a bit more pliable and flexible in pregnancy because of all the hormones in your body. So we want to take care not to overstretch. Good, then come back to the center now. Bring your hands either to your blocks or to the floor and start to straighten out your right leg. So you're in this runner's lunge. You'll flex your right foot, draw your toes back towards your face, and really reach your right hip back. You don't want to tuck your tailbone here. We want to reach back through your tailbone. Nice. And then on your next breath in, come back up into your low lunge. So bend back into your front knee. Hands will come maybe to your hips or you'll reach them overhead. Good. Stay here for one more big breath in. And then as you exhale, take it back to your runner's lunge. Good. We're going to do this 2 more times with our breath. So inhale is going to bring you forward and up. Fingertips can stay on the blocks if you want or reach them up overhead. And then as you exhale, sit it back. You got it. Good. 2 more times. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to come back. Accept the unpredictability and pace yourself. Inhale to lift back up. And exhale to draw it back. Really nice. Good. Come back onto your low lunge and then come back into a tabletop position. So hands back on the floor, both knees back on the mat. And let's move through either cat and cow or some body circles here. This is your time to move in a way that feels intuitive and nourishing. Good. If you've been doing circles going in one way, then circle around the other way. Nice. And then find the center, and we'll do this on the left side. So step your left foot forward. Hands can come onto blocks to help you do that. Good. Really press down through the top of your right foot to help you stay balanced as you lift your torso up, and bring your hands either to your hips or overhead. Good. Really find a strong foundation through your legs so that your spine can lift up, taking care not to dump your belly forward. Good. And then you'll place your left forearm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up a little bit higher, and take a little bend over to the left side. Good. Soften your jaw and your shoulders. That's it. And then come back upright, fingertips to blocks or the floor as you straighten out your left leg. Draw your left hip back and see if you can hinge at your hips as you fold forward rather than round through your tailbone and your low back, creating some nice length in your pelvic floor. Good. And then let's make this a little mini flow. So as you inhale, come back into your low lunge, chest lifts up, maybe your arms lift up. And then as you exhale, draw it back. Good. Find your rhythm here as you inhale forward. Exhale back. If you need to take more breaths, take more breaths. But let this move in a rhythmic, ritualistic way, and let that help soothe your body into a place of greater softness and your awareness into a place of greater presence. Good. Come back now into your low lunge. Come back into your tabletop position, hands and knees back on the mat. And then if you'd like to explore downward dog, we'll go there now. If you prefer to stay in tabletop, taking cat-cow or side bends or child's pose, do that. Otherwise, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, and pedal out your legs for a downward facing dog. Just like I mentioned in runner's lunge, the focus here is hinging from our hips, not rounding through our low back. So maybe that means putting a soft bend in your knees so that you can really lift your sit bones, your pelvis high, high, high. Good. And then if you're in downward dog, lower your knees back down to the mat. If you're in child's pose, come back up to table. If you have blocks, put your hands on them and we'll step our right foot forward, setting up for warrior one. So you'll lift your back knee off the mat and set up your back foot so that it points towards the top left corner of your mat at like a 45-degree angle. You'll bend into your right knee, lift your arms over your head, really firm up your back left leg, and see if you can angle your hips to the front of the mat. If that feels really hard to do, then maybe you widen your feet a little bit so that you've got a wider base, especially as baby grows. Wider feet in warrior one is going to make this pose much more accessible for you. Good. Feel your pinky fingers spin in towards the center. Feel the sides of your waist and your armpits extend up. Feel strong in this pose. Good. Take a big breath in, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend back into your front knee. Good. Inhale, keep your front knee bent. Lift your arms a little bit higher. And then exhale, bow forwards, reaching your fingertips away. Good. Now make fists. Inhale, pull your fists into your side. Straighten your right leg, lift up. And we'll make this a flow. So exhale, bend into your right knee, bow forward, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, make fists, pull them into your side. Find your strength here. One more time. Bow forwards, reach in front of you. Exhale, hug your fists and hug baby into spine. Beautiful. And then inhale, lift your arms overhead. So nice. Lift your left heel off the mat now so you're in a high lunge. If you need to put your hands on your hips to help you balance, do that. Find like a magnet sensation between your inner thighs so they squeeze in together. Good. And then let's step forward into a chair pose. So feet are hip distance apart, wider if you need to for baby. Bend into your knees and sit your hips back. Take a big full breath in and then the longest, slowest breath out like you were blowing out 100 birthday candles. Feel your baby hug in towards your spine. Good. 2 more times like this. You've got it. Nice big breath in. Long, slow exhale. Pace yourself with your breath. 1 more time. Big breath in. Long, slow breath out. Good. And then fold yourself forward, hanging in a forward fold here. Let your arms hang heavy. Let your head hang heavy. Nice. Maybe you sway side to side. Movement, it can be such a soothing tool during labor, right? It's why we rock our babies to sleep. Even in utero, that rocking sensation, your movement, often you'll probably notice they don't move a whole lot when you're moving. It's soothing for us even today. All right, let's put our fingertips on the mat or on blocks, and we'll step our right foot back now and come to warrior one on the left side. So again, you can widen your feet here if that helps you. Really press down through your back right heel. So your right leg is really helping you stay grounded here, and then lift on up. Beautiful. Straighten your left leg, lengthen through your whole spine, and then exhale, bend back into your left knee. Keep that left knee bent as you breathe in, lift your fingertips a bit higher. And then exhale, start to bow forwards, reaching your arms in front of you. Make fists and take a big breath in. Pull your fists into your side and lengthen up. 2 more times like this. Exhale to bend your knee, bow forwards, reach, reach, reach. Inhale, make fists, pull it all up and in. You've got 1 more just like this. Bend into your left knee, reach your fingertips long. And then as you inhale, draw your elbows up and in. Get long, long, long. Nice. Bend back into your front knee. Come back to warrior one, arms overhead. And then turn this into a high lunge. You can put your hands on your hips or reach for something to help you balance if you need to. But your back heel is going to lift off the mat. That's it. Keep that bend in your front left knee. Accept the wobble, accept the unpredictability, and pace yourself here. Nice. Now step your right foot forward, coming back into your chair. We're going to do 3 more of those deep belly breaths. So inhale, full into your belly, and then a long, slow breath out, hugging belly in towards your spine. 2 more times like that. You've got it. Inhale, nice and full. Exhale, hug it in. And again, nice big breath in, soft shoulders, soft jaw. Keep that softness even as you blow out your 100 birthday candles. Really nice. Good. And then fold yourself forward back into your forward fold. If this makes you feel nauseous or dizzy, then you can put your hands on your blocks, lift yourself halfway up. Yeah, good. Widen your feet here just a little bit so you've got space. And place your left hand on a block if you have it. If not, maybe on your shin. Bend your left knee, but keep your right leg straight and start to turn your chest open to the right side. Baby's going to keep pointing down towards the mat, but can you roll your chest open a little bit and maybe find a good stretch on the outside of your right leg and your right hip? Beautiful. And then let's switch sides. So bend into your right knee, right fingertips now will find a block or your leg somewhere as you revolve your upper chest over to the left. Left hand can find your low back or reach up to the ceiling. Beautiful. And release. Bring your hands to your thighs and nice and slowly roll all the way up to stand. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. Place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Notice if you're really dumping through your low back and see if you can lift the front of your pelvis up just a bit. So you're not tucking your tailbone, but you're providing a sense of core support as you stand here in mountain. Good. We're going to take one balancing pose here called tree. And there's a few options for you to take. The first is, we'll start by using our left leg as the foundation leg. So you'll bring your right heel to rest on your left ankle. If you have low back pain or sciatica or SI joint pain, kind of pain on one side of your hip versus the other, then this is a really good place for you to stay with both feet firmly on the mat and really think about hugging in towards the center, right? You don't want this tree branch leg to sway your tree over to the left side. If your low back feels okay, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, you can slide your right foot to the inner calf of your left leg or grab a hold of it and squeeze it into your inner left thigh. Your knee joint makes a nice shelf, but it's not a very stable shelf. So just don't put your right foot resting on your knee, somewhere above or below. And then find a point to focus on and send your breath deep into your belly, nice and slow here. Noticing what comes up for you as you balance in this way. Good. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release your right foot down. Maybe shake your legs out, put your hands on your hips, take some circles. It might feel silly, but this is all intuitive, rhythmic movement that, like I've said many times before, will serve you well during labor. All right, let's do this on the other side. So find a sense of stillness again. And we'll take our left heel and lean it against our right ankle. And just start there. This isn't a competition with your current self and your former self. It's not a competition with who you think you should be, the way your body should move right now. This is an invitation to be with where you are. So maybe it's here, foot on the floor. Maybe you slide your foot up to your calf or your inner thigh. Beautiful. Where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be. How can you honor that with your breath? Beautiful. Slowly release your foot. Again, just kind of shake it out. Roll your hips, roll your shoulders. Nice. Take a big breath in and lift your arms over your head. As you exhale, bring your hands together in prayer. Draw a line through the center of your body. Bring your hands to your thighs, and then bring your hands down to your blocks or the floor as you fold yourself in half. Good. Come back into a tabletop position. Nice. And then from your tabletop, just sit down on your mat. Extend your legs out in front of you. We'll take one more outer hip stretch before we close our practice. So let's first begin by crossing our right ankle over the top of our left thigh. Fingertips will come behind you, and then maybe you start to bend your left leg, creating this figure 4 shape. Now, what we're looking for here is a stretch in our outer hip. If you feel that in this position, awesome. Stay here and enjoy it. My only encouragement to you is not to round back onto your tailbone or your sacrum, but really prop yourself up onto your sit bones. So lift your chest towards your shin, roll your shoulders back. Nice. If you're not feeling as much of a stretch here and you want to explore more, you can begin to lower your left shin to the mat and stack your shins on top of each other. Some people call this double pigeon or ankle to knee. But again, really make sure that you're sitting upright. So you might have to move some flesh out of the way to help you do that. Good. And then you can sit up nice and tall here, fingertips on the floor, or as you exhale, begin to fold yourself forward any degree. Remembering what it is to honor your body today, to accept the unpredictability. Maybe this move was accessible to you yesterday, but not so much today. Pace yourself. Don't push yourself. Good. Wherever you are, on your next exhale, slowly come back up to the center. Extend both legs out in front of you and just give them a shake. Shake your thighs. You can use your hands to help you do this. Shake your ankles and your feet. Soften all those muscles. Good. And then we'll do this on the opposite side. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And just begin to explore what this shape looks like on this side of your body. So maybe you bend your right knee. Maybe you fold your right shin down onto the mat and stack your shins. Maybe you fold your spine forwards. Noticing where your body starts to tense up or hold back, where your breath becomes constrained. That's often a sign that we've gone too far. So how can you soften into whatever shape you're in? Beautiful. Take one more really nice big breath in here. And a big breath out. Slowly walk yourself back up. Extend both legs out in front of you. Again, wobble your thighs, shake your ankles and your feet. Maybe point and flex your feet a few times. Maybe roll your ankles a few times. Good. And we'll close our practice here. I'm going to close it in a seated position. If you want to lie down on your back or on your side and rest in Shavasana for a few minutes, you're totally welcome to. Otherwise, place one hand over your heart, one hand over your baby. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, drop your chin in just slightly, and feel your breath rise to meet your hands. Give thanks for the grace that holds this all together. The grace that grows your baby inside of you without much effort on your part, even though it takes much energy from you. The miracle of growing new organs and new connections and fingernails. Honor that miracle now. God, we thank you that even amidst the unpredictability, you are with us. Help us be kind to ourselves as we pace ourselves in this unpredictable season in labor and in motherhood. Remind us of the grace that you already extend to us and give us the courage to extend that grace to ourselves. We thank you for these bodies, for these babies, for the ability to move and breathe. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much for practicing along with me today, friend. I hope this practice blessed you and your body. Hey, come follow me on Instagram at Caroline W. Yoga. See where I am in my pregnancy and postpartum journey. I'd love to connect with you on your own as well. Until next time.